What is up, Schwing Dynasty? Welcome to the off season. Just first, thank you guys for another great year, another fun year of Schwing Dynasty football. I had a great time this year. I don't know about you guys. I had so much fun. I just want to say a big congrats to myself. I think I already did this video, kind of. Anyways, yeah, this is not the year-end wrap-up. This is redrafting our rookie draft from last year. I'm only going 2 rounds. Last year, I think I only did the first round, but I did go 2 rounds this year. There's enough interesting pieces to get to. And so that's what this video is about. Okay. Now some to-dos or some, what's it called? Laundry list type of things. So league year will open February 1st. I will unlock waivers. Your budget's already been reset to $100. And that is your budget until the free agency draft in August. I think is usually when we do that, August. So this is your budget, your $100 for the entirety of this offseason. So pre-rookie draft, post-rookie draft, all one budget. Free agent draft resets it to the end season, $100 again. Again, love you guys all of you. Super happy you're in the league. If you're feeling it, if you're not feeling it, if you want to take on a co-manager or drop out, please don't. But if you do, it's best to just, let's just be honest about it, because involvement, activity, that's what keeps the dynasty going, and stagnation kills the dynasty. If people aren't into it, it just kills the dynasty. So just, take some time, think about it. I know it's a year-round thing not all of you guys are paying attention year-round. Really, I really want you guys active at the drafts, okay? We have 2 of them. They're not long drafts, they're short drafts. I really want everybody there and active for those. Would be my preference, if you feel like you can't commit to those things, not because it happens to be on a bad night, I'm probably not going to show up for it. Maybe it is time to think about a co-manager, someone who can step in and not have a computer drafting for you. So I will try to do a good job of making sure you guys know when these events are coming up, the drafts are coming up. Everyone's done a great job every year of cutting down their rosters. That has not been an issue. So I'm happy with where we are. If you're not into it as much, I just want you guys to know there's no pressure. There's no pressure on you if you're like, I just really want to drop out. Or I really want to take a year or chill on this for a little bit more. Get a co-manager. Get someone you trust or someone that I can hook you up with that would be a interested party to lead this team, your team, together or for you. Let me know. But hopefully everyone chooses to stay in and stay engaged. That'd be my preference, is our current lineup going. Okay. I think that's everything. Update. So the Superflex vote was so close. It's really hard for me as a commissioner to just be like, let's ignore half this league or, 4/10 of this league. So basically it is falling onto the side of let's do a super flex, but even that is almost split. I think it's 6-4. It was definitely more in favor of not this coming season. It's a huge change. It's a huge change if we go to super flex. It completely changes the value of the quarterback position. It completely changes matchups. If you have 4 quarterbacks on your team and 2 of them are injured and one's on the bye, you have a very limited chance to win that week. Obviously, there will be a waiver wire pickup if a guy gets injured. His backup will probably be there, but we don't have in Dynasty the room to move a lot to backups. Everyone's roster is what I mean. There's not a lot of guys streaming out there. I like Superflex. I love that format. I am down to go with it. I really just don't think we're ready yet. So we are going to draft this year. Our rookie draft will know that the following season is a super flex season. Okay, so 2024. Because of that, I think I'm going to change the rookie draft to 4 rounds, add another taxi spot just for this season. So your taxi squad will be 3 players just for this season if you want to carry a quarterback. You have to, in order to use 3 taxi spots, you have to have a quarterback in the taxi spot. Okay? So there's no way to set that on Sleeper. It's just going to be me watching it. But that's going to be kind of how we go with it. The 3rd taxi spot is just for a quarterback. If you put a quarterback in, then you can have 3. If you don't have a quarterback in the taxi, then you can have 2. So it is like a free roster spot, but obviously you're going to have to use a first or a rookie draft pick on that. But it does give us a chance to, like Brock Purdy, for instance, this year. Maybe someone takes him in the 4th round, throws him on the taxi and says, who knows? You kind of have to with a super flex league. Then next year, the that 3rd taxi spot will be taken away, and I might do an extra roster spot for QB. Okay. So it's going to make this rookie draft complicated because there's going to be people drafting a player that they have no intention of using, possibly. And then players going for the win this year, and then they'll figure out Superflex when it comes down to that time. They'll get a quarterback in, they'll figure something out. So just be aware of that. Think about that. Anyways, this is taking too long to get through. I'm sorry. Let's get to our re-picking of the 2022 rookie draft that we did last spring. I've got the list here. Overall, rookies did okay this year. Injuries hurt a lot. There was only one rookie in the top 50, and that was Ken Walker. I think we could all safely assume Breece Hall was probably headed that direction, but that's it. There were 2, 4, 6, 7 guys in the top 100 that were rookies. So not the biggest impact, but I think we saw guys at the end of the year carving out a spot that will be big going into next year. I think we saw some real talent mixed with some bad situations that will resolve itself over the next year or two. I think there's a lot of good rookies here. I just don't think we had a lot of good rookie performances here. So when we're going through this, it was hard for me. This was the hardest picking of the rookie draft that I've had yet, at some certain places in particular that I'll kind of go into when I get to those picks. So the first 2 picks were Sean and me. Sean went first, I was second. I had been hoping that for some reason he would just fall in love with a wide receiver and leave me Breece Hall. It didn't happen. He took Breece Hall. Breece Hall got hurt. And Ken Walker ended up as the number 1 running back rookie and number 1 rookie. But I'm not changing the pick. I loved what I saw to Breece Hall. In one league I was in, I had Breece Hall and Ken Walker on my roster, and I would have rather had Breece Hall for the rest of the year than Ken Walker for the rest of the year. So I'm keeping that pick. Sean chose Breece Hall. He's sticking with Breece Hall in this re-picking. For me, second pick, Ken Walker. I'm sticking with Ken Walker. I loved what I saw out of him. Don't get me wrong. Don't hear what I'm not saying. I loved what I saw out of Ken Walker. He had a very good rookie season. I think he was exactly at number 50, I think, overall, if not 49. Dealt with some injuries, was back up to Rashard Penny for a while, but really showed when he had the chance that he will and can be the number 1 running back on a team and be very good. I don't know if he's ever going to be the ceiling of Breece Hall, but he showed he could catch passes. He showed he could play well. So I like it. I like that pick. I'm sticking with it. Okay. This is the number 3 pick is where we get our first change. Phil took Drake London. I loved what I saw out of Drake London. Obviously, it didn't show up all the time in the stat book, but quarterback was a problem there. He is not picking Drake London here, though. Phil's got Alvin Kamara and some other, and DeAndre Swift, who's in a crazy timeshare that I wouldn't have seen coming with Jamal Williams. But he needs some running back help. I think that was the weakness on his team. He's covered elsewhere. Like, he's doing great. Tight end, wide receiver. He's got players where he needs to have them. Jared Goff, I mean, God, yeah. Anyways, but he needs some young running back help, and that's where Dameon Pierce is going to come in. Dameon Pierce looked so freaking good and on a terrible team. I only see this getting better for Dameon Pierce. And I think that JD is going to be sad not to get Dameon Pierce, because this originally was JD's pick that Phil traded for. And Phil lost the Breece Hall pick to Sean through a trade too, I believe. So we've got Phil taking Dameon Pierce here instead at the 3rd overall pick, leaving Drake London to fall down the board. And Phil ends up with a sensational rookie running back, young guy, tons of talent, on a team that can only get better. Good. Georgia wide receiver arrested. I don't know. Off-season, man. You never want to hear anything about your players during the off-season for college football. Anyways, Dameon Pierce, that's Phil's pick at number 3. On to Lucas at number 4. I think this was also a trade. I can't even remember. Phil might have had this pick already. No, that doesn't make sense. I don't know who had these picks. I should have written that down. But Lucas took Garrett Wilson, and I'm sticking with Garrett Wilson there. Find him a quarterback, and the dude is sensational. Fantastic player. Number 1 overall rookie wide receiver, the 3rd overall rookie, Garrett Wilson, and that's who I'm sticking with Lucas. No reason to change that pick whatsoever. Adam came next and took Treylon Burks. I think he could have a big second year. I really do. I think he could grow a lot into a really good player. I don't think he's A.J. Brown. I don't think he's there. I don't think he ever will be there. And Adam's not going to go there. Adam's going to move off of that, and he's going to take a guy who had a better rookie year, and the talent looks like it's going to be very good possession receiver, big body in the end zone, Drake London. That's who Adam's going to get at number 5. I think you get this guy a quarterback who consistently wants to throw, looks to throw, extends the plays to throw, and is accurate. He didn't really have that this year. I don't know how it's going to go with Desmond Ridder. I don't know if they're going to find another quarterback. I don't know if it's going to be Jimmy G or someone else, but I don't think it's going to be Jimmy G. I don't know. I could see him ending up in New York or something. New York Jets. But Adam's going to take Drake London. They're going to get a better situation. I think he's going to be good for quite a while. So Adam had the next pick too. He gets the back-to-back. He went Treylon Burks and Jameson Williams. Neither one of them really helped him this year. And I think he would have been a lot happier if he had gone Drake London, if he was gone by now, but if he had still been there. And Chris Olave. Chris Olave looked great. The quarterback situation, again, you got the Red Rocket there. Not great, but he was still good. He was still really good. He's the 5th overall rookie, top 100 player. So he gets Chris Olave. He goes Drake London, Chris Olave in this new draft. I think Adam would be really happy with that, more so than Treylon Burks and Jameson Williams, who could be really good. But I don't even have him on this because I don't know what to do with him. I really don't. I don't know what he's going to be next year. I don't even have him in the top 20 of our draft. I probably should have. There's probably some places down low where I'll mention him. Like this would be another. I think I honestly lost sight of him on this because he wasn't in the top 200 for rookies. And that threw me off a little bit, possibly. But there might be some places where I mention him as a also ran. Up next, Lucas took Sky Moore. Total waste of a pick. Sorry, Lucas. I don't see it happening for Sky Moore. I didn't see anything out of him this year that suggests it will happen for Sky Moore. But Christian Watson, on the other hand, definitely a guy that you want to have on your roster at this point. So Lucas goes Garrett Wilson and Christian Watson, and damn, that wide receiver room is starting to shape up very nicely for the future. That's where Lucas goes in this repicking. Up next was Bert. Bert went George Pickens here. Fine pick. He is... Oh, I got a partner coming in. What's up? I'm making a video. You're fine.
I thought you were.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, it's okay. What do you want to do? Playing?
No, did you look and see what lunch is?
No, I didn't. No, I had my shake thing. Yep. See you later. Lucas, where was I? Oh, Bert, George Pickens, fine player. Interesting quarterback situation there. I don't know what you guys think about George Pickens. I don't know what the future holds for the Steelers on offense. I'm not totally sure, but I don't like this pick anymore for Bert at this point. And I really struggled with where to go here. There was 3 players that I was considering. They're all running backs that I was looking at for Bert. Brian Robinson, Rachaad White, and Isaiah Pacheco. Isaiah Pacheco is who I went with here. He had the best out of those 3. And there's a guy I'm leaving out here that I didn't think about, but I probably should have, which is Tyler Algier, who actually had a better year. But Isaiah Pacheco looked very capable in his spot. I just don't know what's going to happen next year when you possibly have Jerick McKinnon, Clyde coming back, and Isaiah Pacheco, all 3 of them. I really worry about that. So I picked Isaiah Pacheco here because he had the best year this year. And Bert was a best year this year away from possibly winning the league. Tyler Algier, had the better year this year, but I still wasn't looking at him. That's probably a mistake, actually. He might have the brightest future, given the situations there. But I went with Isaiah Pacheco because I do think he's a very talented player, and that's who I have Bert taken here. The one I was battling him most was Rachaad White, and that's where I'm going for Steve's next pick. Steve had Chris Olave. Chris Olave's already gone. And Steve wanted James Cook originally with this pick and got time pressured into drafting Chris Olave or signed out or something and just fell into Chris Olave. Come on. But anyways, Chris Olave's gone now because he's a better player. And I have Steve going with some young running back talent. Rachaad White, not going to help him a ton this year, but Fournette is going to be bumbling his way down the field for at least a couple more years. But I think Rachaad White proved that he can be the guy. And I think it will happen with sort of a new regime starting in Tampa, I would imagine, or at least a new, they're starting a new book, a new chapter of this book. Something about a book. Okay, last pick of the first round. Phil originally went Christian Watson. He's long gone, but I'm going to get him another rookie wide receiver who looked very good at times, was a little banged up, Jahan Dotson. Didn't have the greatest year because of the injuries, but you got to see his role on this wide receiver core is very strong. He is what I think people hope De'Ami Brown would be, but Jahan Dotson's more talented, higher draft capital. Was he the number 1 pick at a wide receiver? I can't remember. No, well, maybe. I don't know. He's highly drafted, though. I think he was a first rounder. And he looked really good, so that's who Phil gets now. And the good thing for Phil is he has back-to-back picks, and he originally at this pick went James Cook in the beginning of round 2, who he later dropped, I think, before the free agent draft. And instead, he's going to take Brian Robinson here, and he's not going to drop him. He's not going to drop him here. He's got a good player going forward because Antonio Gibson is unreliable, unable to stay healthy, and just not as good. Not as good as Brian Robinson looks like he's going to be, I don't think. I've loved Antonio Gibson for a long time. It's kind of sucks that it just hasn't happened. And at some point it's going to be like, well, maybe it won't. He gets his opportunity, looks good, then he gets hurt. Then he fumbles. Then something happens and Brian Robinson comes in. Anyways, yeah. So Phil coming out swinging with Damian Pierce and Jahan Dotson and Brian Robinson. I'd be happy with that rookie group out of the first 12 picks here. First 11 picks. Mark is up next. He originally took Jahan Dotson, who's now gone, but he's going to get Tyler Algier, which is going to help his running back room. Pair it with who's he got? Joe Mixon, Josh Jacobs, and now Tyler Algier. Okay, so you got some running backs there that are going to be at least Josh Jacobs, who knows what his current situation. He's got some guys who are older, going to uncertain situations, and to come in with Tyler Algier, who seems to be the only running back on their roster capable of doing anything at this point, it's a good place to be. Maybe they'll add somebody that'll usurp him, which is why he fell down, because I don't know that I fully believe in Tyler Algier, but he got the work, and if he continues to get the work, he's going to be good. So that's who Mark gets at number 12. JD originally at this pick got Damian Pierce, long gone, 10 picks earlier. That's a great pick, JD, in the second round here. He's going to get George Pickens. Originally to Burt. I think I've already talked about George Pickens. Good player, uncertain situation, uncertain quarterback situation. There it is. Now, for my pick, number 14, I took Trey McBride. He played well at the end of the year. I think it's good. I had him on my taxi. I wanted to look for tight ends of the future. Tight ends take a while to get ready. I am not going to stick with that pick. I'm going to go with another tight end of the future, one pick before a guy who'd probably really like to have him, which is Sean. Sean's one pick after me on this one. And I'm going to take Isaiah Likely. I think he is likely to be a star behind Mark Andrews. Mark Andrews, if maybe Baltimore, I don't know. I think they could both work together on the same field. Eventually Mark Andrews, like all football players, he started to get beat up this year. He's not old by any means, but Isaiah Likely looked very good in place. And if I'm going to wait 3 years, I'm betting right now that 3 years in, Isaiah Likely is better than Trey McBride. And I like both of them, but that's what I'm going with. Right after me, Sean, who would have liked to get Isaiah Likely, originally picked Rachaad White, long gone, but I'm going to get him another running back who looked good. He looked better than I thought he would, which is James Cook. I don't know that Sean needs another running back, especially like James Cook, but when you have the injuries this year, you can see running back depth is great. So James Cook had a good freshman, rookie, whatever season. Was number 176 overall, around like the 15th rookie pick. I don't know. And Sean's going to get him here. It just adds some more running back depth. I think he's pretty well covered at other places. Right after this pick is Kenny Pickett for Sean, and I'm getting rid of that pick. Not going to happen. Not Kenny Pickett, because you know what it is. You know what it has to be. Sean lucks his way into drafting, just fools all of us, shows that he's like a seer. He takes Brock Purdy. I don't know what's going to happen in San Fran. Okay, I got my sweatshirt on. If they keep winning games, what I know is Brock Purdy has proven that he can win. You can win with him. We have not proven that with Trey Lance yet. Brock Purdy might be the thing, the guy. Okay, he really might be. This might be real. And I love it. I love it so freaking much as a 49er fan if we can win with the very last pick. Mr. Irrelevant at quarterback. That's such a good story. Just a great story. I love it. So Sean takes Brock Purdy here over Kenny Pickett because he's better than him from what I've seen. It's a great offensive line. Who knows? I don't know. But I like what I see. So Sean takes Brock Purdy here. Phil took Malik Willis. Trash. Instead, he's going to take Kenny Pickett here. Okay, so Kenny Pickett falls one spot. All right. Next up is Lucas, who took Isaiah Spiller in this place. I don't hate that pick here. I almost just kept it. No, out. I'm making a movie, making a video. No, you guys aren't supposed to come back.
We asked Miss B if we could go in the hallway.
Okay, I'm making a movie, so you guys got to get your stuff and get out. No. No.
Mr. Santi said that he's strong because Mr. Clean told him that he's strong.
Strong. Okay, go. Good.
Okay,
Bye. Have fun. Have a good recess. Okay, back to it. So, I almost kept Isaiah Spiller here. It's a future pick. Another future pick, though, especially because we don't know about Josh Jacobs' situation. I'm going to give Lucas Zamir White instead. So, Lucas has now gone Garrett Wilson, Christian Watson, and Zamir White. I don't know. Maybe Isaiah Spiller will prove to be the better pick. I don't really know if either one of these are going to be a great pick, but that's where we're at. This is where I would say Luke is actually, and I'm going to change this on the fly here. This is where Lucas is going Jameson Williams. He's getting himself another wide receiver who could be really good. Didn't have the rookie year. Why do I keep saying freshman? Rookie year production. He was hurt, okay? But he came back. He looks dynamic. This is where Lucas is getting Jamison Williams instead. One pick ahead of Steve, where he also probably could have gone. Steve originally took Brian Robinson. He's long gone now. He's the first pick of the second round now for us. And Steve is going to end up with Alec Pierce, okay? Alec Pierce looks good. I don't know if he's as good as what you guys were giving me crap for, like cutting him. He wouldn't have started for my team very often. But yeah, obviously going forward, it's different when he's not a rookie. They got to figure out the quarterback situation there, or else he will be trashed, just like my dude Michael Pittman, who I love, has been trashed this year. But Alec Pierce, big guy, deep threat. I think it's a good pick here at the end of the second round for Steve. That means Steve's gone. Well, I'll get to that soon. And then last up, we got JD. Took Tyler Algier. Great pick again. Damn, JD, Damian Pierce and Tyler Algier. That could really pay off for you down the line, man. Great second round picks here. No first round pick again for JD, but he killed his second round picks this year. Took Tyler Algier. Not there anymore. Now I'm going to go Isaiah Spiller. I'm going to give him Isaiah Spiller. Other possibilities, Romeo Dubs, Cade Otton, if he needed a tight end, Greg Dulcich, Trey McBride. He does have Evan Ingram, who looked way better this year in that offense and with a capable offense around him. But he's going to Isaiah Spiller here, playing some more running back long game. He didn't get his running backs before. He had to kind of pivot to a wide receiver in George Pickens. He needs a running back for the future. Maybe Isaiah Spiller's that. Undersized, not very fast, doesn't catch. Well, he caught fine in college, but I don't know. Not my favorite player, but it could be a future pick. All right, that's it. 2 rounds. So, Sean, in this new revised draft, Sean would be ending up with Breece Hall still. And, wow, this might be the fewest Sean picks I've ever had to go through on one of these. James Cook and Brock Purdy. Okay, not bad, not bad. But previously, he was Breece Hall, Rachaad White, Kenny Pickett. Rachaad White would be a nice piece to add in there. But Brock Purdy, James Cook, good, fine. And Breece Hall. I end up with Ken Walker, who I originally had. And I end up with Isaiah Likely instead of Trey McBride. Phil adds some nice pieces here. Phil's going to end up with Damian Pierce, Jahan Dotson, Brian Robinson, and Kenny Pickett. Okay, good haul for him. Lucas is going to end up with Garrett Wilson, Christian Watson, Jameson Williams. That's a fine wide receiver rookie class right there. Adam's going to end up with Drake London, Chris Olave, and that might be it. Yep. Let's see here. Bert gets Isaiah Pacheco. And that's it. Yeah. Man, that probably makes him really want to go with someone more like Rachaad White right there, just the knowing that there's only one there. Steve gets Rachaad White and Alec Pierce. Okay, end of the round. That's good. Phil, I already went through. Phil already got him. And let's see. Daryl's not even in here. Daryl didn't have any picks in the first 2 rounds. JD gets Isaiah Spiller and George Pickens, which is way worse than his original draft of Damian Pierce and Tyler Algier. Very good job, JD, once again on that. And I think that's everyone. Mark, maybe? Yeah, Mark ends up with Tyler Algier. And I think that's it. I think I got everybody. So enjoy. I hope you guys enjoy. Or sorry, hope you enjoyed it. And it's over now. Long video. Sorry about that. A lot to go through. Okay. I will see you guys later. I'm not sure what the next video is going to be. But I will think of something. So peace out, Swing Dynasty. Love you guys. Bye.